afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you on our show Race Previews, which is held every Friday. And today we are going to go through the race card of the 22nd meeting to be held tomorrow, Saturday, 12th of August 2023. And also to remind our viewers that we have a weekend of meeting. Tomorrow 6 races and on Sunday 7 races. And as usual, to help you with your analysis and choices, I'd welcome our dear friend and consultant from South Africa, Devon Habib. How are you?
Yes, I'm good, thanks. How are you, Ria?
I'm fine, thanks.
A warm welcome from my side as well.
Thank you. So competitive races ahead of us.
Yeah, very competitive. Obviously, the meeting was brought forward from last week Sunday to this week, and we've lost 1 or 2 races due to the horses not being entered. But I think with 6 races going forward, I think it's going to be very competitive. We've got 6 nice races, and I think it's going to be an exciting day's racing. I mean, obviously, we got to make mention to the totes, People's Totes. They're a big backing of the racing industry. I mean, if you need any more information, you can contact them on Facebook on Facebook People's Totes on 260-4710 as their contact number, or on www.peoplestote.com. I think that's the place to be betting on. You get in tote guarantees that are really, really good value, and it's bringing funds back into the industry, so it does help the racing industry continue going. It's what generates the stakes, it's what generates the racing, pays the salaries. And I think with that being said, it's the right place to help it, put it back to the game.
Indeed, and before starting, I'd like to remind our viewers that there are no false races for this weekend, and today the track reading is moist at 2.9. And starting with race 1, the Association des Parents pour la Réhabilitation des Infirmes Motor Cup, a race which will be run over 1850 meters, 0 to 20, with 5 runners: number 1 Lit, number 2 Overdose, number 3 Sino's Guess, number 4 The Hitman, and number 5 Constitutional. Devon, your choice for the win here.
Yeah, Ria, look, I really like this horse, the Hitman. I know the form doesn't say much. I mean, he's 4.5 to 1. I think he's really good value in this race. No disrespect to the rest of the field. I don't think it's the strongest of fields.
Yes, not a strong one.
The form's not the strongest, and I think, being saying that, the chances that the Hitman has, I mean, his last 2 runs have been pretty disappointing, or the first 2 runs of the season. I think it's the right distance now. He's cherry ripe. Suresh Narang stable's in really, really good form. So
stepping up over 1800 meters.
I wouldn't be surprised to see this horse win really well. He's got the Brazilian jockey aboard, Perez, and I think they're doing really well here at the moment. So yeah, I'm pretty confident in selecting that as my first selection. There's a lot of value. I mean, obviously the biggest danger is going to come from horse like number 2, Overdose. He's beaten him before when he ran behind Spotted Pearl, but the last where the Hitman ran behind Spotted Pearl, I just think something went wrong last time with the Hitman. We can draw a line through that, and I think he'll overturn that form. Overdose will be running a good race. He's got 61.5, which is a bit of a heavy weight for him.
He's quite a consistent horse over this distance.
Yeah, look, his last run over 1850 ran 10.5 lengths behind Gigan. I mean, Gigan did win really well that day, but 10.5 lengths is still 10.5 lengths. I mean, it's far. So, yeah, I think over 1850 might be a little bit too far for him, hence why I'm not selecting him as my first selection. I'm going to put him for second. For third, I'm going to go with a horse like Lit. I feel like this horse could maybe go.
He's going to be his first outing 2023, but he's in a good form.
I think 1850's first start is perfect to start him off. He might need the run. I think he'll be running onto the back end of things, and yeah, it's going to be hard for him to win because he hasn't run for so long, but he has been training really well and he's had a lot of gallops. So yeah, I think he's definitely got a shot. And for fourth, I mean, Senior's Guest for me, I think probably the best horse to run fourth, in my opinion. I don't see much else. His form doesn't say much. I can't really. And
in an outperformer, but you never know.
He's been running against stronger horses, so that's the only thing that could bring him into the things of the shouting out, whatever, the back end of quartets,
So number 4, the Hitman for the win and for the placings. Number 2, Overdose. Number 1, Lit. And number 3, Sino's Caisse. Moving on to race 2, the Enfants Candiable Social Association Cup, with number 1, Better Than the Rest, number 2, Crazy Charlie, number 3, Secret Circle, number 4, Jukes Domain, number 5, Jackalak, and number 6, Sergeant York. This race will be run over 1500 meters in benchmark 36. Devon, your choice here.
Look, obviously I'm selecting a horse that's been beaten by most of the field already, but I think he's gonna overturn this field and definitely win. I'm very confident. Number 6 is my value bet on the day, Sergeant York. Yes, better than the rest, beat him last time by 5.5 lengths. But Sergeant York is back. I think he's ready now, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him winning a very, very good race. I think he'll overturn that form, and yeah, I'm quite confident that he'll go very, very close to winning.
And what about number 3, Secret Circle, with Raj Runners on board? He's back after 1.5 months. Nice training at Petit Gamma.
Yeah, 100%. Secret Circle's in a good space. I mean, last week there was a lot of talk about him.
Yeah.
I think he's a big runner. His last 3 runs haven't been disappointing. I mean, he won and he ran second, so very, very impressive his last 3 starts.
Even won in benchmark 36.
And his turn of foot last time was very, very impressive. So yeah, I think he's definitely the horse with the biggest chance. I wouldn't be surprised to see him winning. I think it's a massive runner, and if he beats Sergeant York, I wouldn't put like a shock on my face. You know, I think he's a massive runner. So it's quite hard to single one horse in this race, but for me, I think it's between Sergeant York and Secret Circle.
And what about number 1, Better Than the Rest, a last time winner, stepping up from benchmark 31 to benchmark 36, top form still, and can he double the win in your opinion?
Yeah, look, I haven't tipped him to win.
Yeah.
Purely on the fact that I think Sergeant York and Secret Circle is going to be in front of him, but don't get me wrong, his form says it all. He's done it. He's won whatever he needed to win. He won a 31 last time, beating Sergeant York by 5 lengths, so he should continue. He should double up. I just got my doubts about him. I think Sergeant York will beat him on the day, but yeah, I think he'll be running into the amount of money or even fighting out the finish. It's going to be a really good race, so don't get me wrong, he's definitely got a shot.
And which horse to complete the quartet?
I like Jackalak. I think his last run was, you can draw a line through it. I know he's 3,000, 30-1 shot. He's a smart horse. I think he's a very, very smart horse. But his form, his last start, very disappointing. So there must have been something wrong with him.
And he's back after more than 4 months.
Yeah, so that's why he obviously hasn't run for so long. I think he's going to have a big shot. So don't leave him out. And there's one more horse that I'd obviously like to mention. Is a horse that's called Duke Domain. It's probably, what, 10-1?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised to see this horse win. He's drawn 1, 60.5 minus 1.5. Yeah, so he's got 59 on his back. He ran behind Arnhem Land. Definitely a massive runner. I think this horse can make a big shot of it. He's dropped in class from a 51 to a 36.
Yeah.
I know he isn't my first selection. I was studying the form and I spotted this and I said, you know what, this is a big value at the moment. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him run in a big race. Don't leave him out.
And one question, what about Crazy Charlie, who is dropping down to benchmark 36 and first time Perez riding the horse? Do you think in this small field, even if he's slow at the gates, he can make it? If the pace is strong? Well,
I haven't tipped him out of 6 horses. I haven't tipped him to run in the first 6.
So about your opinion.
I don't like him. He's, every time you go for him, he doesn't win. Every time I say he's gonna win, he doesn't win.
This time you're not going for him.
I'm gonna be bitten. I'd rather, you know, they say twice shy, once bitten. I'm gonna be that bitten part. So if the horse wins, good luck to the connections. But I'm not on him. I don't like him.
So for the win, number 6, Sergeant York, and for the placings, number 3, Secret Circle, number 1, Better Than the Rest, and number 5, Jackalak. Moving on to race 3, the l'Organisation Fraternelle de l'Escalier Cup, with number 1, Valerian King, number 2, Bless My Puff, number 3, Emerald Band, number 4, Hailer, number 5, Captain Lannister, number 6, Super Excited, in benchmark 66 and over 1365 meters. Devon, Captain Lannister, your best bet of the day and your main 100%. Choice for the win here.
I know it's his second run and I don't normally tip them.
Yes.
But this is a smart horse. Xavier came out and won a smart race last time. If the second run syndrome doesn't get to him, there's no race. I'm gonna take the fact that it's still his second run, be a bit hesitant, but I still make him my best bet on the card. That's how good I think he is. I think he's a very, very smart horse. I think he'll win a lot of races. Yeah, I think next time they run against Xavier, I think he'll beat him. I wouldn't be surprised. I think it's gonna be very hard to beat this horse. Very, very difficult to beat him. I think he's a very smart horse.
And for the second place?
For second, I'm tipping number 2, Bless My Path. I think it ran a really, really good race last time to Padre Pierre. His form before that is very impressive. Third run of the season, Cherry Ripe, definitely the horse that they all have to beat.
And what about number 6, Super Excited, second race here, great start, and he's in a good form. He's working well also at track work.
Yeah, look, also a very smart horse. I know him very well from South Africa. Running behind top horses like Safe Passage, Waterbury Lane. 1365 is probably a bit short for him. I think the 1600 will be better, yeah, but he is a very speedy horse. I don't think he'll turn the form around on Captain Lannister, but third run in a different race, he's definitely got a shot. He's definitely got a chance. So finally, I'm going to go with Emerald Band. Always liked this horse. You know, it's always been one of my favorite horses in Mauritius. 1365 is probably the right distance for him. Just need to see him come back to his form from last year, and then once he's come back, then I can start tipping him to win. But yeah, I think he'll have a big shot on the day, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him running into the back end of quartets.
So for the win, number 5, Captain Lannister, and Bless My Puff, number 2, Super Excited, number 6, and number 3, Emerald Band for the placings. We'll now move on to race 4, the People's Turf PLC Stayers Cup, the main race of the day, with 4 runners over 2,200 meters, a group 2 race with number 1, Twist of Fate, number 2, Ashiba, number 3, Lunification, number 4, The Dazzler. Devon, so here we see we have some classy horses like Twist of Fate, Arshiba, and Lunification with a small weight is going to try something. Which horse you like for the win here?
So for me it's a 1-horse race. I don't see anything beating Twist of Fate. That's the bank on the day. This horse I can tip as one of the bankers of the century. I think very, very strong. I wouldn't be surprised to see him winning by 3-4 lengths. Very smart horse. Very, very confident. I mean, I don't have to speak much about his form, the Maiden Cup winner. Yeah, very, very, very smart horse. I'm very confident. For second, I'm going to go with Al-Shabaab, purely on the fact that he's got the second highest rating. He's very well weighted compared to Lunification, but he's not in good form, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him running last in this race, but when he ran in second, purely based on rating.
And one interesting point with Arshiba is that the jockey Cédric Séjean, he knows the horse well. He won the maiden with this horse previously and drawn 1. I agree that Arshiba is now 9 years old, but we never know.
100%, you never know. But for me, I don't like him. I mean, it's nice to see Cédric back. It's been a long time since he's rode, so yeah, I think for me, I'm gonna tip him to run second, but I wouldn't be surprised if something else ran second either. I'm only tipping him to run second because he's a 77 rating and he's well weighted.
And number 3?
Number 3 for third. I'm going in that order. Special Blends the run behind Special Blend last time was very impressive. he won before that, beating Hubble. I think he's gonna run a big race, but he's very far out at the weights. 54 rating, it's a lot of points. I think he's under suffering. So if he wins this race, obviously he's a good horse. But for me, it's going to be very difficult for him to run second, or because of the rating. And for third, a horse like the Dazzler. Obviously, there's 4 horses in the race, so it's got to run fourth. Something's got to run fourth. Yes. But I feel like this horse is ready to run a good race. So don't get me wrong, if this horse runs in the top 2, I wouldn't be surprised, eh?
No, he's going to like this distance for sure.
I definitely wouldn't be surprised to see this horse running in the first 2. I don't think he's going to beat Twist of Fate, but I think he could run second. I'm not tipping him to run second, but don't get me wrong, I think this horse will have a big shot.
So for the win in the 4th race, number 1, Twist of Fate, and for the placings, number 2, Ashiba, number 3, Lunar Vacation, and number 4, the Dazzler, in order by Devon.
Yeah.
In race 5 now, the 4th, 5th, the Camp Diable Cup, with number 1, the 8th, Floyd, number 2, Desert Boy, number 3, Elmo, number 4, Justine, number 5, Run's Joy, number 6, We Light the Fire, number 7, Canford Lights, number 8, Brilliant Disguise, and number 9, Traveling Man. This race will be run in benchmark 41 over 1365 meters. Devon, which horse you like here for the win?
It's a very tough one. Obviously, it's a very tough race. We've got 9 horses in this race. For me, I think a horse like Desert Boy should have a massive shot. I didn't tip him last week when I was watching the card.
Yeah.
I tipped Traveling Man to win last week. I'm switching it around. I tipped him to run 4th last week. I'm tipping him to win now, and Traveling Man to run 4th. He's drawn to massive run last time behind Ron's Joy. Massive run when he beat Captain Persia. I think over 1365 it might be a touch far for him, but he'll definitely run a big race. He's in a good space. I think he's the horse that
I agree.
You also agree?
Yes.
And at a massive price of 10 to 1.
And indeed, people can bet this exotic and put this horse in their exotic deck.
100%. He's all value, 10 to 1. You can take the wins and the places. There's a lot of talk about the horse that ran first time out last time, Canford Lights. I can't see it happening. I don't think Canford Lights is going to beat Desert Boy.
Is it the second run after rest?
Second run after rest, but I just don't know. I wasn't that impressed last time, so he over-raced, he was hanging.
Green.
It's just, for me, there's a lot that this horse has to still learn. I mean, now he's taking on a horse like Almo, who I'm tipping to run second. If Almo stays the 1365 in the race.
Yeah.
But last time, you got beat a short head to a really smart horse of Illicit Kiss. I don't know if he can do the 1365, but I'm tipping him to run second purely on the 1365. I think if it was 990, I would have tipped him to win, and to win by 5-6 lengths. But the 1365 is a touch far.
And he got the 6th draw. There are many front runners on his inside, you think?
Yeah, and the pace is there, so it's going to be hard for him to get to the front. He's a smart horse, don't get me wrong. I thought he's one of the better horses in Mauritius.
Yeah.
I know him from South Africa quite closely. It was owned by my brother, so I wouldn't be shocked to see him winning, and it'd be nice to see him winning, but 1365 for me might be a bit too far for this horse. For third, obviously I'm going to tip Canford Lights. I always tip the horses after the second run to run third. They normally run there. If he wins, I think he'll be a very smart horse going forward. His form in South Africa was very smart, behind top horses. But I can't see him winning. I'm going to tip him to run third.
He sure has improved after his first run for sure. But this is an open race
Look, there's a lot of pace. He's going to pull over race like he did last time. He's going to hang. He's not taking on the same horses he took last time. He's taking on smart horses this time. And he's really short in the betting. What's he? 205. I can't have him at that price. If he was 5-6 to 1, different story, but not at 200.
And for the 4th place?
Fourth, I'm going to tip Traveling Man. He might need the run. If he doesn't need the run, he can run a massive race. He's a good price of what, 1600. I think he's very much value at for the places. I would tip him for fourth, but don't get me wrong, he could win. He could run into the back end of quartet. I mean, or into second or third. It's a very tough race, but I think he's a lot of value at that price.
53 kg.
Yeah, he's got no weight on his back, and yeah, he's definitely
lots of gallops also.
He's fit, but is he going to be fit enough? Racing fit and work fit, two different things.
Yes.
You know, so I think we're going to have to put our question mark there.
And number 2, Desert Boy for the win and for the placings. Number 3, Elmo. Number 7, Canford Lights. And number 9, Traveling Men. We'll now move on to the 6th and last race for tomorrow, the Condiable Women Association Cup, which will be run over 1400 meters, 0 to 20, with number 1, Chief Rafif, number 2, High Voltage, number 3, Master of All Eyes Survey, number 4, Kraken, number 5, Honokalani, number 6, Romanus, number 7, Into the Mystic, number 8, Duke of Abercorn, number 9, Le Courtier, and number 10, Northern Rebel. Devon, your pick here.
Yeah, Ria, look, I saw this horse in the parade ring last time and I said, I tipped the wrong horse to win, because this will win. Number 6, Romanus. And if it looks like it does on race day like it did last time, no race again. I think this horse is back. I really like him. I think he's a horse that comes from off them, makes up a lot of ground, finishes strongly. I don't think any horse can finish as strong as this horse does on its best days.
This is an open race, right?
It's a very open race, don't get me wrong.
No,
but this is my value bet on the day. At 5 to 1, Romanus definitely drawn 1. He's going to come from off them. And I think he'll run a very, very big race. I'm not really that confident in saying I know who the jockey is.
Yes,
because I don't know who he is.
Mauritian, riding for the first time here.
But I wish him all the best, and it's my first time actually seeing who the jockey is.
Yes, I think he rode in New Zealand, and over 1800 rides, he got around 195 wins something.
Oh, okay, so he's not an apprentice or anything like that.
Yeah.
So he's definitely got some experience behind him, and I wish him all the best for his first ride, yeah. And I think he'll go very close in winning it. I think he's on the right horse.
And for the second place?
For second, I'm tipping number 5, Honokalani. I think last time, very unlucky. He ran behind a good horse of walking on wings.
Yeah.
Second run for the season might be the problem, but
and the bad draw.
Bad draw. There's a lot against him. I just think Ricky's got his stable in good form, and I think there's also run a nice race. I like the horse itself. I think it's very smart.
And for the third place, as you like, Kraken, a brilliant win last time out, but this time also 8 draw. Do you think it's not going to be that easy?
Look, the way he won last time, very, very smart.
Yes.
If he gets to the front and does the same thing he did last time, it's going to be hard to pick this horse back. He looked very, very well last time and he won impressively. So I'm going to tip him to run third, purely on the fact that I like the other 2 horses.
Yeah.
I don't think Honokalani should be a maiden still in Mauritius, but yeah, he's definitely the horse that's got the form in the race is Kraken.
And finally, to complete the quartet,
for fourth, I'm tipping a horse like Chief Rafif. I think now that he broke his maiden, he beat Kraken. I'm going to tip him to run fourth. I think he's got the confidence again. He had to ease last time at the 900, very unlucky. I just think 1400 is his distance, and he'll be a very, very big runner. I don't know if he can win it, but he'll be there.
So number 6, Romanus for the win, and Honokalani, number 5, Kraken, number 4, and finally number 1, Chief Rafif for the placings. Before ending the show, Devon, I'd like to ask you, as usual, your best bets of the day.
Yeah, look, my best bet comes up obviously in race 3, where I like Captain Lannister. I think that was number 5. I think he's a very smart horse. I think they're going to be very, very good to. They have to be very, very good to beat him. I think he'll win and win quite well. I know it's his second run, but I do make him my best bet on the card. And my other best bet, which Bank of the Century, Twist of Fate, is all value. Definitely, I think he's the right horse in the race.
And as value bet?
Value bet in race 2, Sergeant Chalk. I think that's one of my value bets on the day at a decent price of what 600. And in race 6, Romanus, also very good price at what's he said? So 500. So yeah, I think these are 2 value bets. One horse that I think no one must leave out on the day, dark horse. The joker of the pack is in race 2, Duke's Domain and Desert Boy for the places. I think those 2 are the dark horses on the day. Place value 100%. And yours, your value bets?
No, my best would be in race 3, horse number 5, Captain Lannister. Same, I like this horse. First draw, I think he's got everything in his
100%.
favor tomorrow, and is my banker of the day. And as a value bet, I like Desert Boy in race 5.
100%. I agree. We agree for the first time. No one's gonna owe anyone chocolates. And yeah, I think it's gonna be very exciting racing. I'd like to obviously take this opportunity to thank everyone. I mean, I see the grandstands are filling up, and
yes, now people are starting to
the public spaces are getting really full. I mean, on race day they're offering really good food, and I think it's an enjoyable day out. I think the Mauritians need to come and experience it. We get in some international people coming, and they really love the experience. It's just something about Mauritius racing. It's so exciting when the crowd goes mad, the way they scream the jockeys' names and the horses' names.
Cannot describe, right?
It's really enjoyable. I mean, it gives you a thrill, and it takes you on a ride. I mean, you feel like you're riding the race with them. So yeah, it's a really exciting day. So public, they must come, they must enjoy it and have fun with People's Turf Place. I think it's the place to be.
Indeed, I'm sure the fans of Twist of Fate, Ashiba and all will be present today for sure to watch their favorite horses in action. It's
a big race. I mean, it's a Group 2, and I think everyone's going to come and enjoy the day. I think it's going to be a very exciting, quick day, and yeah, it's going to be fun. So guys, come, enjoy, and obviously thank you to our media behind the scenes, the technical team, and to you for taking your time to do the show with us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Devon. Yeah, pleasure is shared.
It's been a really good time, and we tipped in some winners. We're on form, and I think that the punters shouldn't get left behind. They should follow us.
Indeed. Big thanks to you, Devon, for your presence and analysis. Finally, I would like to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching race previews as usual, and I will not end this show without making a special mention to our production and technical team behind the camera. Please do come tomorrow for a nice racing day at the PTP. Till then, take care. See you. Bye bye.